Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 2005 Bobcat S300 that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. Then of course we'll fire it up, run it through its paces, get up close to those front pins. We'll let you hear the engine, show you the hydraulics are strong, show you that it turns nice and strong. As always, if you are in the market for a used skid loader, a used piece of construction equipment, or a used piece of ag equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for machines find our machines and find our videos, and we truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one's a 2005 S300. If you've been following our channel very long, you know we love these older pre-emissions machines. This one is set up with cab, heat, SJC controls, power Bobtach, has the 81 horsepower pre-emissions Kubota diesel, has a weight kit, 3,000 pound lift capacity, and this one only has 1,241 hours. So when we fire it up here in a little bit, you'll see that the pins up front are fairly tight. There's just a little bit of play between the bucket and the coupler, but nothing out of the ordinary there. The pins are pretty darn tight. As you'll see as I get up close to everything here, this white paint is nice and bright. Has a few little spots where it's starting to chip off around the edges, but again, it is an 05 machine. It's honestly very nice for the age. You can see that decal there, some of it's peeled off. But the loader arm on this side, as you can see, that white paint is very bright. It's got a couple little nicks here. It rained all night. It's actually been raining most of this morning, so there is some rainwater here. We try to not have them wet or anything in our videos, but not much I can do this time. But as you can see, pretty darn nice there. Coming up here, taking a look at this front tire, I'm gonna say we are 60 to 70% tread life. I think I'm being very fair there. No real weather checking to speak of on this tire. Lots of life left there. That front rim, as you can see, that orange paint is nice and bright. Couple little nicks around the edges here, little smudge there, but overall, honestly, pretty darn nice. Coming back, looking at this rear tire on this side, it matches up really well to that front one. Lots of life left here. Again, I don't see any weather checking anywhere there. Everything looks pretty darn good. Coming back here, looking at this rim, this one is maybe has just a little bit more kind of speckles in some of the paint and stuff. Kind of a few more nicks down here, but that orange paint is fairly bright. A few more nicks in the paint. A couple spots where the paint's just kind of speckled a little bit of surface rust underneath there, just from the age. But as you look here on the side rail, side of the frame rather, very bright white paint. There's a couple spots around the edges where it's starting to flake down there. Again, it's almost 20 years old. It's honestly way better than most of them. It's a very nice machine. Very nice example of an S300. And as you can see down there, pretty bright. Looking at this rear corner back here, that white paint's in pretty good shape. Decals look pretty decent. Kind of got a couple spots around the edges where they're flaking. A few little scratches down here on the bottom, and like I said, a little bit of paint flaking just back here. Again, nothing out of the ordinary. Pretty darn good machine for the age. Rear door, pretty straight. That orange is kind of faded like they all do, but it's honestly better than some. Up here, that gray mesh is in good shape, nice and straight. Honestly, the gray paint back here is good. That exhaust is in good shape there, nice and straight. Again, back here, white paint's pretty good. A couple spots where it's chipped there and there, nothing out of the ordinary, just little spots where it's flaked off a little bit. Coming over here, looking at this rear corner. Again, that white paint's nice and bright. A couple little scuffs and scratches here and there, and it does have a little bit where it's just peeled just right at the bottom edge. But again, overall pretty darn good, especially for a 05. Looking at this rear tire, it matches up really well to the other two tires that we've looked at so far. Plenty of tread life left there, no real weather checking to speak of. And again, that orange paint's nice and bright on this rim. A couple little scuffs here and there, a couple little nicks in the paint, but pretty darn good. Taking a look at this front tire on this side, again, matches up really well to the other three. Lots of life left there. And taking a look at this front rim, again, that orange paint is pretty darn bright. Couple little nicks around the edge, but nothing out of the ordinary. Honestly, much better than most for the age. And looking at the side rail over here, side of the frame over here, again, still retains a lot of that white paint in there. A couple little spots where it's just got a couple little scratches. Little speckles where it's flaked off a little bit. Looking at the loader arm on this side, again, that white paint is nice and bright. A couple little scratches here, nothing out of the ordinary. I don't see any cracks or welds or plating anywhere on the loader arms or the back of the skid steer mount plate. Everything looks pretty darn good there. I did notice on the bucket, as you can see, they've welded some little squares on the sides. I don't know why, but they did. The bucket is pretty straight though. Cutting edge is really good. No real bow or big huge dents in the bucket. Everything looks pretty honest there. Plenty of life left in that bucket. We'll go take a look in the engine compartment. And the engine that we all love, that blue pre-emissions Kubota engine. As you can see up top here, no oil or diesel. Pretty darn dry in here. There is a little bit of rainwater in here. Side of the block, as you can see, no oil or diesel running down the side here. Everything looks pretty darn good there. Inside of that back door, like we said, it's got the weight kit. Inside of that door is nice and straight. Take a look at the cab, operator station. Up here in the front, like we said, power Bobtach. A little bit of paint chipped off down here, very common, just from use. Nothing out of the ordinary, actually. Like the rest of the machine, probably better than most. A little bit of paint there. Both those steps are in pretty darn good shape. All the glass seems to be good. The door's in good shape. I don't see any cracks there. I don't see any cracks in any of the side glass. Taking a look at that seat. I don't see any cuts or tears in that bottom cushion or the backrest. Everything looks pretty good there. Down here, everything's pretty doggone good. Pretty clean in here. That gray is still nice and bright, not all faded out. Sit down in here. Like we said, it is the SJC controls. Joystick on this side looks really good for the age of the machine. Very, very nice in here. That grip tape's still in good shape. Joystick on this side's in really good shape. Power Bobtach, selectable joysticks. All the buttons up here are in good shape. You can read everything still. Like I said, 1,241 hours. HVAC controls. Radio, I did not check that. See if that's working. Headrest, headliner's in pretty good shape. Not all stained up or anything. Back of the top of these cylinders, everything looks pretty good up here. Sometimes you'll see where they've been cracked up here and welded. Everything looks good up there. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. Everything looks good back there. All right, like I said, it's a 2005 S300, 1,241 hours, plenty of photos on our website. That's listed down below. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll fire it up and get right into an operational video.